So the next concept is the image formation by two parallel mirror, two parallel mirror, right? Two parallel mirror, right? Like this. If this is the one mirror, right, and this is the another mirror, is it clear or not? This is the mirror 1, this is the mirror 2. You have seen this type of the combination of the two parallel mirror in the saloon, right? One mirror in front of you and the one mirror in back of you. If this is the object, the separation between them is d, right? Suppose this is the distance x1 and this is the distance x2. I'm taking an illustration, right? Suppose the distance d is the 10 centimeter between the two parallel mirror, and an object is placed right like this, and it is at 2 centimeter from here. So this distance must be equal to what? Say 8 centimeter. So you have to find the image formed by, right, you have to find the image formed by the mirror M1 and mirror M2. Fine. This is the question you can think. Find the images, right? Find position of images formed by mirror M1 and M2. You will see, right, or you must understand, you must know that the infinite number of images are formed if the two mirror are parallel to each other and object is placed in between them. Infinite number. You have seen, you have observed that, right, in the saloon. When you will see, the infinite number of images are formed. How they form, I will explain. First, copy this. Let's see how to solve this question. This is the mirror M1. Listen, if this is the object, its image is formed at 2 centimeter, right? At 2 centimeter behind the mirror. This is the image I1. Are you getting or not? And if you consider this the mirror M2, so this object, with the help of this object, the image I2 is formed at the 8 centimeter behind this. Are you getting or not? Right. Now, this image work as an object for this mirror. So now this is the mirror and this is the image. This is the object. And by what distance? This is 2 plus 2, 4 plus 8. Right. So for this mirror, right, wait for 1 minute. First, you consider this is the mirror. This is the object. Its image is formed behind this. Now this image work as an object for this mirror. So with respect to this mirror, with respect to M1, by what distance it is placed? 8 plus 8 plus 2. How much it is? 10 plus 18. So in front of this, an object is placed at 18 centimeter. Therefore, behind this, the third image I1, I3 you can write. It is formed at 18 centimeter like this. Is it clear or not? In the same way, if you consider the I1 image act as an object for this mirror. So in front of this mirror, what is this distance? 4 plus 8, 12. So behind this, the I4 is obtained, right, and at 12 centimeter it is. Is it clear or not? You tell. Right, how it is forming, I am explaining. Right, one or two image formation I can explain. Listen one thing. This is the object. If you consider the image formation of I2 by the mirror M2 is like this, right, is like this. Understood or not? This, give me 1 minute, right, here, and it goes like this, right? And it is reflected. You understand? So this is the object O. Behind the mirror, the image I2, this is the 8 centimeter, and this is also the 8 centimeter. So I2 is formed by the M2 or not, you tell, like this. Now when after reflection, now this image I2 act as an object for this mirror, right? So when these rays incident upon this, so it looks that the light is coming from the I2, you understand or not? And after reflection, right, and after reflection like this, the image is formed by the mirror M1 now, and this image is nothing but I3. Is it clear or not, you tell? So this image is I2 and this is the mirror. What is the separation? This image I2, these light ray work as an object placed in front of this mirror M1. So what is this distance? This distance is 2 centimeter plus 8 plus 8, right? This is 18 centimeter. So the image I3 is formed of I2, right, by the mirror M1. And what is this distance, right? Little some distance you can make like this, right? It is also the 18 centimeter, right? So this is the formation of the image I3. Are you getting or not? Right? And from this, the first image, this is the I1. I1 is formed how? From this object, the image is formed like this, right? Like this. This is the image I1. Are you getting or not? So continuously the reflection from the mirror, right? The image are formed continuously. Is it clear or not, you tell? Right? Again, if these light rays are incident on this mirror, right? These light rays are incident on this mirror. So of this I1, I2 is I3, I4 is formed like this. So with respect to this mirror, what is this distance? This is 2 centimeter. 2 plus 2 plus 8. How much it is? 12 centimeter. So with respect to mirror, this image I1 act as an object and these light rays are incident on the mirror and its image is formed I4. You understand or not? So these are the positions, right? This is the 18 centimeter I am writing. These are the positions of the images I1, I2, I3 formed by the two parallel mirror if an object is placed in between them, right? So although this is the way to get the answer by drawing the ray diagram, but there is a shortcut. So now I am telling you the shortcut, right? First you copy this, right, whatever you want, then I will give you the shortcut, right? Copy this. Now I am telling you the shortcut. Listen one thing, if this is the object is placed initially at 2 centimeter, right, and this is the object placed at 8 centimeter from M2, so first image I1, right, is formed behind this at 2 centimeter and for this it formed behind at 8 centimeter, right? Now the second image behind this, right, it is the position of I1, 2 centimeter. Now what is the separation between them? Say 10 centimeter. If you add the 10 centimeter, 8 plus 10, so 18 centimeter. So the second image is formed at the 18 centimeter, right? And the next image behind this, if it is 2 plus separation between them, 2 plus 10, so it is 12 centimeter. So the next image, right, so this is the I1 position, this is the I3 position, mean this, right, again, and this is the I2 position, this is the I4 position behind the mirror M2, right? You may write this is the formation by M1 and this is the formation by M2, right? 10 centimeter is the separation between them, formation by M1, formation by M2. Now again the next position, it is 18 plus 10, 18 plus 10, 28 centimeter. This is the I6 behind this, the I6 will be this side, right? And if you add the 12 plus 10, 22 centimeter, right? So this is the I5. Behind this is the position of I5. Right. So without making the figure and without any doing right very big calculation, 12 plus 10, 22 centimeter. So this is the 2 centimeter. This is next image is 18 centimeter. The next image is 22 centimeter. Is it clear or not? And so on. You just add the 10 centimeter distance between them, the distance of the image formed by them, the next position of the next image will be formed. For this is the first image, 8 centimeter, the next image 12 centimeter, the next image right at 28 centimeter. You understand or not? So this is the shortcut. Although by the ray diagram also you can make, but it looks very tough. But at least you must understand how the light rays are incidenting and reflecting, and how they are forming the final image like this, right? Like this, I1, I2, I3, right? Like this. Understood? Copy this. Now we are discussing the combination of the mirror. So the parallel mirror, the combination of the parallel mirror we have seen. If two mirrors are inclined at some angle, right? For example, I am taking very first example. Suppose these are the two mirrors, right? So these are the two mirrors M1 and M2, and the object O is placed over here, right? And you have to form the images. Suppose if the two angles are inclined at some angle theta, here the angle between the two angles is 90 degree, and you have to remember this the result of this right question. If the angle between the two mirror is 90 degree and this is the object, right? So this object is placed in front of this mirror. So the first image I1 is formed by this mirror M1 like this, right? This is the I1, and one more image is formed by I2, by this mirror M2, right? This is the I2, right? So now listen one thing. If this I1 is produced over here, by the image is produced by this mirror, therefore this image act as an object for this mirror M2, and its image, right, mirror image of this I2 is formed over here. This is the I3. Is it clear? And listen one thing. In the same way, right, I1 is the image, I3 is the image of this I1. All right, like this. This is the mirror image, and if this is the mirror and this I2 act as an object for this mirror M1, and its mirror image, right, is like this. So this, at this point, the two images I3 and I4 are formed, which coincides. I3 is the image, mirror image of I1, and I4, which coincide with the I3 also, it is the mirror image of the I2, right? So how many images are obtained? The images, the three images, I1, I2, and I3 and I4 are coinciding, right? So this is the one more image. So this object produced the three images with respect to these two mirror placed at 90 degree, right? One more thing, this is the object, image I1, I2 and I3, right? All these lies on the circle, always lies on the circle. Is it clear or not? Like this, right? So the three images are obtained, right? Three images are obtained, and they are on the circumference on the circle. They are on the circumference of circle, right? Like this. First copy this, then I will explain. Listen one thing. If the angle between the two mirrors are other than 90 degree. This is the special case where the theta is taken as the 90 degree. For example, if this is the one mirror, right, and this is the another mirror, and the angle between them is what? Say theta, right, like this. So in this case, uh, hmm, first of all, this theta, right, this is the mirror M1 and mirror M2. If this is the theta and the object is placed over here, right, then how the image is formed? First of all, I am explaining the image formation, right, how these images are formed. Listen one thing, if this is the M1, the ray diagram I am making, the ray diagram for M1, how the image is forming, the light ray goes in this way and it is, right, reflected back. So this image is obtained over here, right. One more thing, how this image is formed, the light ray, to form the image only I am taking the one light ray, right, like this. This is the image formed. Is it clear or not? And how does this image is formed, you tell? If you consider this is the image, right, uh, suppose you are taking this light ray, right, you are taking this light ray. If it is reflected and it is again reflected like this, right, if you don't want to take this light ray, right, this is the image formation, and then when it is reflected, right, once again it is reflected, so this is the image formation, right. Leave this, you can draw this later, all right, like this. So in this way, the third image, this is the object, its image is formed behind the mirror. This light ray, right, is coming from where? This light ray appeared to come from where? From where? I1. So with respect to this mirror, it is reflected and this is the light ray, so its image is obtained like this, right. So you make in this way, right, make the ray diagram first, right. So one more ray diagram if you want to make. This is the mirror and this is the object, this is the mirror M2 and this is the mirror M1. If this is the object, right, the light ray is incident on this mirror, fine, so its image is, its object, its image is produced over here. When it reflect, so the it looks that this is the mirror, this is what, this is the mirror, and the light is incident on the mirror is like this. So this I2, which is an image produced by M2, right, of this object, act as an object for this mirror M1, all right, this is the mirror M1. So therefore its image is formed here like this, right, the image is formed at this point. This is the I3 or I4, whatever you want, right. So after two times reflection, first reflection give its image in this way and the second reflection with the other mirror, this image act as an object and its image is formed over here, right. In the same way, if you consider this the object, the image is in the light ray is incident, so its image is formed over here, again it is reflected, so this is the light ray incident on this mirror, this is the light ray and it is reflected back and its image, the I4, right, or I3, whatever you want. So these two images coincide at the same point, right, whatever the figure you want to make you can. If angle between, right, if angle is theta, if angle is theta between the two mirrors, right, so then find a quantity of the number n, 360 degree divided by theta, right. For example, right, here In this case, what was the theta? Say 90 degree. If theta is equal to 90 degree, then n you have to find first, right? 360 upon, right, 90. How much it is? 4, right? Like this. Find n, right? N is 4. If, listen one thing, if first case 1 you can write, if n is even, n is even. For example, if theta is equal to what? 90 degree. So n is what? It is even or not? Then number of images, right? Number of images is n minus 1. Getting or not? In this case, n is what? When the theta is the 90 degree and n is even. If n is coming even, you have to calculate 360 degree by theta, right? So what was the number? How many number of images? N minus 1 is equal to 3, right? For example, right, if theta is equal to what? Say 60 degree. So first calculate the quantity 360 upon 60. So it is how much? 6. So is it even? Right? If it is even, then the number of images, therefore the number of images is n minus 1 is equal to 6 minus 1 is equal to 5. Is it clear or not, you tell? In the same way, if theta is equal to what? Right? If anything you can take, if theta is equal to 30 degree, suppose, right? So calculate the value 360 upon 30, right? So how much it is? 12. So the number of images, it is even, right? If in n is even, then the number of images is 12 minus 1 is equal to 11. Is it clear or not, you tell? Right? Listen one more thing. Although this is the formula, but how to find the position of the images formed by the two mirror? For example, I am taking this example. For example, if this is the mirror 1, this is the mirror 2, and the angle between them is what? Say 30 degree, right? At any position, at any point, the object may be placed. For example, this is the 10 degree, suppose, and this is the 20 degree, and the object is placed over here, right? The object placed, this is the 20 degree and this is the 10 degree, and this is the object, this is the mirror M1 and the mirror M2. Tell me, how many images will form? The angle between the two mirror is 30 degree. The number of images is, right, 11. So where the images are formed, I am going to explain, right? Suppose, listen one thing, all the image, the very important thing, all the image will be formed on this circle, right? As we did in case of the 90 degree, right? All the image will be formed on this circle. This is the first thing. Here I1, I2, I3, I4, I5, like this, right? And how the image are formed, you tell? If this is the 10 degree, this is the M1, this is the M2. First image is obtained, right? I1 over here, and the second image is obtained by this mirror is at, right? If this is the 10 degree, then it is 20 degree. This is the image I2. Are you getting? If this is the 10 degree, the image is obtained at 10 degree and image is obtained at the 20 degree on this circle only. Is it clear or not, you tell? Right, 10, 10, 10. So first mirror, the image I1 is formed like this, 10 at 10 degree below the mirror M2, and the image I2 is obtained at the 20 degree like this. Now this image acts as the object for this mirror. Is it clear or not? This is the mirror, right? So the next image is obtained over here. So next image is obtained. What is the angle between them? Listen, if this is the 20 degree, this is the 20 degree. What is the angle between the two mirrors? Say 30 degree. You add the 30 at the 40 degree. So at this position, the 40 degree, the image is obtained. The next image, right? this image act as the object, right, and its image is formed over here, right. This is the I3, right, and 10 plus 30, sorry, 10, 20 plus 30, it is at 50 degree, and 10 plus 30, it is at 40 degree. So this is the position of the I4 and this is the position of I3. Is it clear or not? In the same way, right, the total 11 image you have to obtain, right, the 4 image position, then 70 degree, right, then 80 degree, then 110 degree, right, 100 degree, right, it is what, 130 degree at 100, 40 degree, then it is at 70 degree, 170, and it is 160 degree. Is it clear or not, you tell? The angle formed may not be greater than the 180 degree, right. So, and one more thing, if you consider this is the image, the final image, this is the 160 degree and 170 degree, right. These image, this is the I5, I7, I8, I9, and this is the I11, all right, and this is the I4, I6, I8, I10, and I12. This is the 12th image. Listen one thing, although according to this you will see that there are the 12 images, right, 6 images formed by this, 6 images formed by this, we cannot further add the 30 degree because the angle become more than 180 degree, but these 170 degree and 160 degree images, it will coincide, right. Listen one thing, if you consider this is the mirror, right, this is the mirror, so if this is the mirror by M2 at 160 degree, this is the 180 degree, right, 160 degree is, this is the point, right, this is 160 degree, suppose, right, here this is the image I12, it is formed, and the final image by obtained by this mirror is at 170 degree, and this is what the 170 degree, here this is the 10 and this is the 170 degree, like this. So final image I1, I11 and I12 will coincide each other. So these images are coinciding each other, right. So therefore the total number of images will be 11. And how to get, although to draw the figure it is very tough, but how to check the two images, final two images are coinciding? If you add 170 plus 160, and what is this, how much it is, 3 sorry, this is 3 30 degree, and add the angle between them, right, this is 360 degree, right. It means these two images, the I11 and I12 are coinciding, right. So in this way you can draw the images on the circle, all the images will be on the circle, right. This is I2, then I4, then I6, how much it is, I6, this is I8, right, this is I10, and then it is I12, right. I am not making the angle because it is not possible to draw on whiteboard, right. Also not for you, only the mathematically you can write the position of the image, I1, I3, I5, I5, I7, right, I9, and this is the I11. Understood or not? So this image will be I11 and I12 will be coinciding, and these are the different images obtained by these mirror, right. I am explaining this once again. If the angle between the two mirror is theta, these are the two mirrors, right, and the angle between them theta, you have to find this value first. If this value is even, then the number of, for example, this, for number of images will n minus 1. For example, this, if theta is the 90 degree, the n is even, the number of images are 3. For 60 degree, number of images are 5. For 30 degree, number of images are 11. And this is the example how the 11 images are formed, right? They are always present on the circumference of the circle. In this case, right, mathematically, what will be the position of the images you can find in this way, right, by adding 30 degree to next position of the image, right? And if this angle and this angle plus the angle between them are giving the 360 degree, it means the final 11 12 image or the final image is coinciding, right? Copy this. So this is the one question. One more illustration when n is even, I am giving you. For example, this is the 60 degree, right? The important thing is that this 11 and 12th, right, if they are coinciding, right, this is the position. If this is the object and the eye, they lies in the same line, right, on the same line. That is why it is what? From this mirror, it is 160 degree, and from this mirror, it is what? 170 degree. Is it clear? 160 plus 170 plus 30 is equal to 360 degree. I am taking one more example, and you have to find the position. Find position of images. Find position of images, right, as shown in figure. For example, if these are the two mirrors, right, and the angle between them is 60 degree, and the object is placed right like this. This is the 20 degree and this is the 40 degree. This is the mirror M1, this is the mirror M2. So how many images will form, right? We know n is equal to what? 360 upon theta, right? It is 6. If it is even, then the number of images are n minus 1. So the 5 images we have to make, and at what position the 5 images are present? Always on the circle, right? This is M1, this is M2. If this is M1, the first image, if this is 20 degree, this is the image I1, right? If it is 40 degree, right, this is the image I2. Is it clear or not? So by M1 it is 20 degree, this angle is 20 degree, and this angle is 40 degree, right? 20 and 40. And what is the separation between them? Say 60. So you have to add, and finding the position of the image is still 180 degree, right? 40 plus 60, say 100 degree, right? And 20 plus 60 is equal to 80. 80 plus 60, say 140, right? And this is what? 160, say 160. Now if you add the 60 degree, it become more than 180. If you add the, right, so only these are the images, right? So the images I1, I2 and I3. This is I1, I3 and I5. The image formed by the M1, I1, I3 and I5. This is I2, I4 and this is the I6. Listen one thing. If you add 140 plus 160 is equal to how much? 300, right? 300 plus the angle between them is 60 degree. So this is 360 degree. So it means I5 and I6, I5, therefore I5 and I6 are coinciding, right? This is the thing. And how these, if this is the object, so the I5 and I6 definitely will be on the line joining the point, this point and the object like this on the circle. So if this is I2, right, this is I4 and this is I6. In the same way, this is I1, right, somewhere will be the I3 and it will be the I6. So how many images are formed by these two plane mirrors if the angle between them is 60 degree? I1, I2, I3, I4 and the I5, I6 are obtained, right? So in the same way we have done this case, in the same way we have done this case, right? If you take the 90 degree, right, 90 degree, if you take this example, right, theta is equal to what? 360 upon 90 is equal to what? Say theta is equal to here 90 degree and n is equal to 4. So how many number of images? The number of images is n minus 1. 4 minus 1 is equal to 3. Right, this is the m1, this is the m2. If this is the object, anywhere it may be placed. Right, suppose this example is 30 degree, this example is 60 degree. All the angle, all the image will be present on this circle. Right, if you assume this is the m1, this is the m2. So if it is 30, right, it is 60. 60 plus 90, 150, and 30 plus 90, say 120. Right, this is the I1, I3, I2, I4, and I3 and I4. If you add 150 plus 120, right, it is what? 270. 270 plus 90 is equal to 360. Right, it means I3 and I4 are coinciding. So its image is I2, its image is I1, right, and the one image will be like this, I3 and I4. Right, if you want to make this illustration, you can, right, copy this. Now the case 2 you can write if n is equal to 360 upon theta and it is odd. Right, if you find the n is equal to 360 degree upon theta and if it is odd, what is the theta? Theta is the angle between the two mirrors. Right, then there will be the two cases. Right, in this case, if it is odd, like 3, 5, 7, right, if object is placed symmetric, right, if object is placed symmetric, right, and if object is placed asymmetric, what does it mean? If object is placed symmetric, mean if this is the mirror and if the angle between them is theta, right, and you have found the n is the odd integer, and the symmetric mean this is the object, the angle is what? Say this is also alpha, this is also alpha, right, that is theta by 2. Is it symmetric? Yes, it is symmetric. In this case, the number of images are n minus 1. Are you getting or not? N minus 1. But if object is placed asymmetric, mean, right, these are the two mirrors and the object is placed like this. If this is alpha and this is the beta, this is the object. Are you getting? So if it is placed asymmetric and when you found the n is equal to odd number, then the number of images is equal to n. Right, this formula you have to remember. Are you getting or not? One more important point. This is the case when the n is the odd integer, or the previous case n was the even integer. But if n, when you calculate 360 upon theta, it is not an integer, it may be the fraction. Are you getting or not? If this is a fraction, not the odd integer, not an even integer, then, right, use basic method, right, use basic concept, right, to find the images, find the number of images. Then there is no formula you have to apply. Right, what is the right, like this, if this is the object O, this is the mirror, this is the beta, this is the alpha, right, this is the m1, this is the m2. Are you getting? So if this is the m1 and m2, if n is fraction, not even integer, not odd integer, then how the image is formed? Say alpha, then beta, then you have to add, then you have to add, then you have to add, then you have to add. What is the angle between them? Alpha plus beta. So the next image formed by the m1, right, will be equal to what? Say beta plus alpha plus beta. Right, next image is formed alpha plus beta, right, and so on. I am giving you just an example. So the basic method you have to find, you have to apply if it is in a fraction. But if it is an odd, for the even it is very good. No different cases. In case of if it was even, whether the object place was symmetric or asymmetric, the number of images was n minus 1. But for the odd, there will be the two cases if placed symmetric or asymmetric, right? Copy this. For example, I am giving you one example. In this case, if theta is equal to what, 72 degree, right? These are the two mirrors. The angle between them is what? Suppose it is to be 672 degree. Fine, like this, right? So how to find? First find 360 upon theta, 72. So how much it is? It is 5, right? So n is what? Say odd. But odd, now you have to tell whether the object is placed symmetric or asymmetric, right? If this is the 72 and this is the object, suppose, and if this is the 72, right, and object is placed at 36 degree, is it clear or not? Although all the images will be on the circle, but how many images will be over there? If it is placed symmetric, the number of image. If it is asymmetric, number of image. The number of image, if it is symmetric, it is equal to n minus 1. That is 5 minus 1 is equal to 4 is the correct answer. Asymmetric, only the n, that is the 5. So in this case, the 5 image will be obtained. In this case, the 4 image will be obtained, right? So in this way, you have to remember, although you may, if you practice more, then you can remember this formula, right? But you have to understand this. If it is a fraction, no formula works. Only the basic concept what I told you, it works, right? Copy this. Now, in the combination of the two mirror, you have to find the total deviation, right? Total deviation by combination of two plane mirrors, right? What does it mean? Suppose these are the two mirrors, like this, right, in this way, and the one light is coming, one light is incident over there. This is the mirror M1, right, like this. Suppose the angle is the I, right? Then what will happen, you tell? It will reflected back like this. This angle is I. Then again it is reflected, and again it is reflected by the mirror M2, right? And it goes in this way. Is it clear or not, you tell? Right, here this is the normal, here this is the normal. So this is the incident ray, right? And this is the finally reflected ray. So you have to find the total deviation, right? For example, if this is the light incident, the light ray is coming in this direction. If this combination of the mirror, suppose the angle between them is theta, was not placed, then it should move in the straight line. But now what is happening? It deviated, then again deviated, and it is going in this direction. So you have to find the total deviation. You understand this thing or not? Right. So the twice reflected, the incident ray is twice reflected and finally reflected ray. What the angle is making with the incident ray, that you have to tell, right? Copy this first. Suppose the incident angle is I, right? So it should move in this direction. So this is the one deviation, right? And then after this, it should move in this direction, right? It should go in this direction, but now it is moved to this, the delta 2. So what is the total deviation? This is the clockwise, this is also clockwise. So the total deviation is nothing but delta 1 plus delta 2, right? This is the one thing. Okay, if this is the theta, listen one thing, I will make it later. If this is theta, right, this is 90 minus theta. Oh, if this is theta and this is I, this is 90 minus I. All right. Okay, one more thing. If this angle assumed to be the R, right, this angle is to be R. So what is this angle you tell? This is 90 minus R, right, because it is what? It is normal, and this angle is R. This angle is 90 minus R. Is it clear or not, you tell? Fine. So the theta plus 90 minus I plus 90 minus R in this triangle, suppose this point is P, this point is Q, right, and this point is O. In triangle POQ, right, the sum of the angle is 180 degree. 180 degree, yes, 180. So it is cancel out. So theta is equal to I plus R. So what is the I? R. The R is nothing but theta minus I. Is it clear or not? Now the deviation, I told you what is the deviation, right? If this is the incident angle I, the deviation is nothing but 180 minus 2I. So in this case, if you consider the first deviation by the mirror 1, it is equal to 180 minus 2I. This is the thing. Plus, what is the deviation produced by the second mirror? Say 180 minus, the incident angle is what? Supposed to be the R, right? And 180 minus 2R. Is it clear or not? So it is 180 plus 180, 360 minus 2I minus 2R, 360 minus 2I plus R. Is it clear or not? From here, the I plus R is equal to theta. So the total deviation is what? 360 degree minus 2 theta. You have to remember this. And important thing, the deviation is, right, this is the deviation. It was the incident ray, the reflected ray. This is the deviation, total deviation. Is it clear or not? This is the total deviation. So this deviation, right, this deviation does not depend upon the incident angle. It may incident at any angle on any mirror, right? This total deviation does not depends upon incident angle. I. Is it clear or not? Right. Copy this first, then I will explain further. Listen, one more thing. Although this is the total deviation, does not mean the angle between the incident ray and the final reflected ray, right? If this is the incident ray and this is the final reflected ray, so this angle is assumed to be the alpha, the angle between, or you may say this is the 180 degree minus alpha. So what is the alpha? The angle between the incident and the finally reflected ray. How would you find? If this is alpha, right, this angle is also alpha, right? Angle between incident and reflected ray. How would we find the alpha? In this triangle, if you consider this the triangle, 2I plus 2R plus alpha is equal to 180 degree, and here 2I plus R plus alpha is equal to 180 degree, and this is I plus R is equal to what? Say theta, say 180 degree. So alpha is equal to what? Say 180 minus 2 theta. Is it clear or not? Right. So if this angle is alpha, right, here the this is the incident ray, this is the incident ray, this is the incident ray, and suppose this is the reflected ray, the incident ray, reflected ray. So the angle between them, you may assume this is to be the beta. If this angle is alpha, right, this angle is alpha, this is what? Beta. So how to find the beta? if alpha is 180 minus 2 theta, you have to remember this figure, right? And the angle between the incident and the final ray, it is not alpha, rather it is beta, right? So if it is alpha, so beta is equal to what? 180 minus alpha, right? And what is the value of the 180 minus alpha? Is equal to, say, 2 theta, right? How it is? 180 minus alpha is 180 minus 2 theta is equal to 2 theta. So remember, the angle between the incident and the reflected ray, when the one light ray is incident on the plane mirror, reflected back by the second mirror, the angle between the incident and the reflected ray is 2 times of the angle between the mirror. This alpha is different. Alpha is not the angle between the incident ray and the reflected ray, right? This is the beta. You have to find, this is the beta, right? Copy this. So let's see one example. Suppose these are the two parallel mirror, two plane mirror perpendicular to each other, right? If this is the mirror M1, mirror M2, if the incident lights, right, this is the incident ray, right, at any angle you can assume, right? Suppose this is the 30 degree, suppose, right, whatever you want. So after reflection, right, this angle is also equal to the 30 degree, right? This is what? Say 60 degree, right? This is 60, this is 90, theta is what? Say 90 degree. Fine, and it will be reflected back. Are you getting or not? This must be 60 degree. Listen one thing. What is the total deviation? Whatever the angle, not only you don't assume this is to 30 degree. If this is the angle I, this is the angle I, right? If theta is the 90 degree between the two mirror, what is the deviation? The total deviation is 360 minus 2 theta. First of all, 360 minus 2 into 90 is equal to 180 degree. Also the angle between incident ray and reflected ray, finally reflected ray. Angle between incident ray and reflected ray is what? Beta is equal to 2 theta is equal to 180 degree. Theta is the 90 degree. So how it is? It is I. It is 90 minus I. Right? It is 90 degree. It is I. It is 90 minus I. It is 90 minus I. You understand this thing or not? You tell. Tell me. If this is 90 minus I, this is also 90 minus I. So what does it mean? Listen. If this angle is making 90 minus I angle with horizontal, right? This is the horizontal angle, 90 minus I, and this angle is also making the horizontal 90 minus I with the horizontal. So they are anti-parallel or not, right? So the incident ray and reflected ray are anti-parallel. What does it mean? It means in which direction, if any direction the light is coming, right, light is coming, the light after reflection twice, right, goes in the same direction. From where it is coming, it goes to the same direction. This is the very important application, right, of the reflection of the mirror, and this type of the mirror is called the retro mirror. Retro reflection, right, retro reflection. From where the light comes, the light reflected back to the same direction. Is it clear or not? Sometime this is the very important reflection. And the retro tape, right? What is the retro tape? Listen one thing. In the highways, you have seen when there is no light, right, and your car is moving, your headlight is reflected, right, is incident some tapes, and the sign or the signal you can see, right? So you in the night you can see the arrows, when and you see till the light of your car is incident upon this. Because of what? If this is your car, right, and these are the headlights, and if this is the retro tape put over here, so if light rays goes in this direction, it is reflected back, right? The in this retro tape, right, the plane mirrors, right, are formed perpendicular to each other like this, like this. So therefore you see this signal or this retro tape. This is not radium, first of all, right? Radium is the thing which glow in the night without light, but it will glow till the light is incident upon this. And also, if some person is over here, he cannot see this sign. Only if you are sitting in your car or some nearby portion, you can see this reflected light. This person placed on other place cannot see this light. Is it because of what? Because of the retro reflection, right? You can observe further, right? In when you move in the night on the highways and no light is there, the government has installed, the National Highway Authority has installed this type of the retro tape when the turns comes, right? You understand? You observe, Varsha, or not? You please tell. Right, copy this, copy this. So listen, one more thing. For example, if these are the two mirrors, right, this is M1 and M2, and these two mirrors are placed at the 60 degree, right, like this, and the one light ray is coming parallel to the mirror M2, right, like this. Find the angle, find the angle between incident and final reflected ray, and finally reflected ray, right? This is the question. And if this light is coming parallel to the, right, if the incident light is coming parallel to the one mirror, right, if incident light ray is parallel to one mirror, right, copy this and try. Parallel to mean this is the 60 degree, right? So although we have the formula, right, the beta is nothing but equal to 2 theta. The angle between the incident and the final reflected ray does not depends upon the angle of incident. Although the angle of incident here will be the 30 degree, it is 2 theta, depends upon the angle between the two mirror. If it is 50 degree, 60 degree, 30 degree, whatever the degree it is, right, the angle between the incident and final reflected ray is 2 theta. 2 into 60 degree is equal to 120 degree. Is it clear or not? Right. And how does it happen? Let's see. Right, because they may ask the different type of the question based upon this concept, right? First, this is the parallel ray. So if this is the angle 60 degree, right, if this angle is 60 degree, suppose, right, if it is 60 degree, then it is must be 30 degree. So therefore it must be what? It must be 60 degree, it must be 30 degree. If this is 30 degree, this is 60, it must be 60. Then what should be the angle? Say 30. And therefore it must be equal to what? Say 30. If this 60, this is 30, and it must be equal to what? Say 60 degree. So therefore this light ray, right, this light ray coming parallel to the one mirror, after reflection from here and reflection from here, it becomes parallel to the second mirror. Is it clear or not? If it is parallel to the one mirror, after reflection, right, it moves in the this direction, and this is the, it becomes parallel to the second mirror. So you have to remember this thing, M1 and M2. And what is the angle between them? I told you, if it is 60, this is 60, this is the 120. By formula you can write. The deviation is different. The deviation is different. 360 minus 2 theta Deviation is different. In your book only the deviation formula is given, the angle between the incident ray and the finally reflected ray is 2 theta, right? You have to understand. And the deviation is, right, this is 2 into 60 is equal to 240 degree. All right, 240 degree. Although this is the deviation in one direction, right, in another direction 120 degree may be also written, right? Copy this. Let's do one another question of the plane mirror. Suppose this is the mirror, right? The combination of the mirror, the two mirrors are there, the angle between them is 30 degrees, suppose, right? And you have to find this angle of incident, right? Like this. This is the angle of incident you have to find, all right, such that this is the one reflection, that it reflect, right? Find the incident angle I, so that the light ray may retrace, retraces its path, right? Light ray retraces its path, right? You have to find this angle. So how to solve this question, right? First copy this thing, and the what is the meaning of the retrace its path? Retrace its path after it is reflected, then it reflected to the mirror M2, right? And after reflection it retraces its path, the final ray should move in the opposite direction from where it is coming. So you have to find this angle, by what angle it should strike over here, right? Copy this. So how to solve this question? Listen one thing. This is the, suppose this is the mirror, right? And the light is, this angle is 30 degree. If light is incident at angle I like this, right? After reflection, right? This is the reflected ray from the mirror 1, fine. And to retrace its path, it should hit normally to the mirror M2. Is it clear or not? Like this. It should hit normal like this, reflected, and it should hit normally, and it should retrace its path, right? Because from where it is coming, it goes after reflection, it move in this direction. Is it clear or not, you tell? So if this is 90 degree and this is 60 degree, so what should be the angle I? So the angle I should be equal to what? 90 minus 60 is equal to 30 degree. So this angle should be what? 30 degree, right? So therefore, sometime they may ask this angle alpha is equal to what? 60 degree. So if this angle is theta, right? If angle is theta, then the incident angle must be theta to retrace its path. Is it clear or not? Right? Copy this. So read this question. In this question, the two mirrors are inclined at theta as shown in figure. Suppose this is the theta. This is the two mirror, right? And the light ray is coming parallel to the, and light ray is incident parallel to one of the mirror. Suppose this is the mirror. So we will assume that light ray is coming parallel to this, right? So this angle is theta, then this angle I, right? After reflection, listen one thing, it is I like this. Now after third reflection, this is the one reflection, this is the second reflection over here. Suppose this is the angle alpha, right? So it should retrace its path after third reflection. So that is, this is the first reflection, this is the second reflection, should incident normally. It hit normally, it should retrace its path in this way. Is it clear or not, you tell? Right, 90 degree. And this is what? Say alpha. So we have to, if these mirror, M2 mirror, and the incident ray are parallel, all right? So this angle is suppose theta, right? So this angle must be equal to theta, right? So how to solve this? If this is theta, this is 90 minus theta, and therefore this angle must be equal to what? Theta. Is it clear or not, you tell? And If this is theta, this is 90 minus theta, 90 minus theta, this angle must be theta. Are you getting or not? Right. So in this triangle, this is 90, theta plus theta plus theta. So 90 plus 2 theta plus theta plus theta, yani 3 theta is equal to 180 degree. So 3 theta is equal to what? 180 minus 90 is equal to 90 degree. So the theta is equal to what? Theta is equal to 30 degree. Right. So the angle between the two mirror must be equal to 30 degree. So that this is the first reflection, second reflection and third reflection, and it is reflected back. Retrace its path. Okay, copy this. So read this question. In this question, the two parallel mirror M1 and M2. These are the mirror M1, right, and this is supposed to be the M2. This is M1 and this is M2, right, and the length is 20 meter. Fine, the length is 20 meter and the 10 centimeter apart. This is the 10 centimeter distance. A light ray is incident on M2. If this is the mirror M2, the light is just incident over here, right, like this. The light is just incident over here and it is reflected, then it is again incident, then again reflected like this. So what they are asking, calculate the number of times the ray undergoes reflection, right, after light emerges out of the system. So finally it will emerge out. You have to find how many reflection takes place, right? This is the first reflection, this is the second, this is the third. Listen one thing, if you assume this one mirror, this is the, suppose the 53 degree, this is 53 degree, this is 53 degree and this is 53 degree. All right, so if this is the mirror M2, I'm writing this side and this distance is x. So 1053 is what? 1053 is nothing but perpendicular upon base, x upon 10 centimeter. 10 centimeter may be written in this way. Is it clear? So 1053 is nothing but 4 by 3. So if you multiply, x is equal to 4 by 3 into 0.1. All right. So this is how much? This is, wait for 1 minute. This is in meter. So wait for 1 minute. 20 meter, it is 10 centimeter. I am writing in 10 centimeter. So this distance is nothing but 40 upon 3 centimeter. Is it clear or not? 40 upon 3 centimeter. All right. This is the one distance is 43. Then again, this is the 2. Again, it is third reflection, right? Again, it is x. Again, it is x, right? So if it is 20 meter, how many x's are there? This total length is L, the x. So suppose that there are n times of x, n, 1x, 2x, 3x. Suppose n x are there and it is equal to x. So what is the number of x? Here L upon x, the L is 20,000, 2,000, right? It is 20 meter. And what is the x in centimeter? 40 upon 3, right? So when you will calculate 5 into 3, so the number of n, it means this is the 150. Are you getting or not? You tell. Fine. This is the 150x, 1x, 2x, 3x, 4x. Listen one thing. If you have chosen this is the 1x, one reflection, the second reflection. If there are 2x, x plus x. So how many reflection? 1, 2, 3 reflection. Are you getting? If only x was there, if only x was there, so how many reflection? You tell. If x, the reflection 1, reflection 2. If the 2x was there, suppose this is the x, this is the x, this is the one reflection, second reflection, and this is the third reflection. Are you getting? Therefore, if only 1x is the x distance, 1 reflection, 2x distance, 3 reflection, 1, 2, 3. right? How many x are there? Say 150. So one reflection you have to add. So number of reflection takes place. Number of reflections takes place. How much? Capital N is equal to 150 plus 1 is equal to 150. One reflection takes place. All right, copy this.